Hey everyone, and welcome back to Mom Q&A with Mama's Uncut, where we answer your anonymous questions about motherhood, parenting, relationships, and so much more. Again, we got Lisa and Mindy. You guys ready to answer some questions?
Yep.
All right, let's get started. My 12-year-old is wanting a phone. What are your thoughts? He is getting to the age where he doesn't want mommy with him wherever he goes, and I do not like not having a way to contact him. Are there any apps or anything that I can track his location and also see if he's on anything he isn't supposed to be and shut down his phone at a certain time? I think there are. I mean, I've never experienced them, but there are definitely apps. Yeah.
There are, but the problem with this is kids are too dang smart.
But it's also a slippery slope.
It is. It
Yeah.
totally is. So if it were a 12-year-old, I don't know. Like I'm willing to get my kids a full-blown phone, I think when they're driving. That's kind of what I've thought in my head. But they do have phones that are like watches.
Yeah.
And like wearable ones that are, and lots of kids have them. You see them wearing the smartwatch phones. And those are way more clamped down. Like it's not like they're going to have people just randomly texting them. It's like a set kind of locked in thing. I think it's a good stepping stone into a phone. I mean, because I'm just thinking, I don't know. I think I'm going to ease my children into technology is what it is. I just don't want to hand them an iPhone and be like, go ahead. It scares me because there's a lot of crap that can happen. A lot of people can take advantage of them. They can get into bad situations where they don't even understand or know what's going on. So I'm going to ease into that. So you could look for one of those and step into it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little bit hesitant about technology with my kids.
I was saying a slippery slope over tracking the kids.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's like, there's tracking in every phone. The government will know where your kid is better than you will.
Yes, but like,
you don't want to be tracking them when they're older to give them like some, like you're saying, give them some freedom.
Correct.
Yeah.
And think about, well, you guys didn't, but I grew up when a phone was attached to a wall.
Yeah.
Right.
I did
and like
at the beginning.
And like in that world, all your mom could do if she couldn't find you was call your friend's house.
Yeah.
And that was about the extent of anything, right?
That was the kid tracking.
That was the kid tracking back then.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said for that, for both the kids and the parents, because at a parental level, you are forced to let your kid grow up and make their own mistakes.
Yeah.
Today, I struggle with parents in general because, and I see it in my kids' schools, the helicopter parenting is insane.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like that will be the demise of our society is the helicopter parenting because we're just raising kids who can't function in the real world.
Yeah.
But it's also good for the kids because they do make their own mistakes. They do have their own consequences. They do and they see what boundaries they can push and establish boundaries on their own. And they have to deal with challenges and conflicts and flat tires and whatever on their own, right? If you get in an accident or if you need to be picked up at night, like there's all sorts of things that come out of not tracking your kid that I think are good for both sides.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing with tracking for me, I think it would be an open conversation. Like I would like to have tracking on your phone because I'm like that person who is like, are they missing? Do I have to report them missing? Where are they? Like, but there's a respect that goes both ways. I think that you have to teach. Like, I'll respect your privacy as long as you're like within the bounds of what we agree upon is okay. Like whether that's a curfew or whether it's like texting me and telling me like, hey, I'm going to be pretty late tonight, whatever that is that I decide with my kids in the future. But it's like, I watch too many true crime shows. And so I'm like, I want to be able to know where they are because if something happens, I need to know where they went and like, what's, that's where I come
from. If they're stuffed in the back of a trunk, you definitely want to know that.
Exactly. But it's like, it's a respect thing. And you have to teach your kids that like, I'm going to respect you and you respect me back and everything, everything will work out okay. But yeah, you're totally right. Like tracking them all the time. Like, where are you? Send me a picture of where you are. Send me a picture of the mom or the newspaper, like.
Yeah.
It can get a little much.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have kids, but so I believe I was like 8 or 9 when the first cell phone came out. So I was a part of like that transition into like that time. Um, so I was 12 when I got my first cell phone. Now, mind you, we didn't have like the iPhones. We had flip phones where the only
Nokia
thing you
or
could
Yeah.
do on it was play Snake, call somebody,
And
or
call.
text someone.
Snake.
Yeah.
Yes. But texting back then was a nightmare. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't
Back
even
then,
worth
we
doing.
I got grounded once because I didn't know how like the bill worked. I didn't know you got charged for every text and ended up running like a $650 bill on my parents, and they're like, you're done. Like, no. Um, but I so I'm 29 and I allow my dad specifically because my mom doesn't really know how to use her phone, but my dad, has my location at all times. And that's more so like as far as I know, he's not just like sitting on the couch like watching
just
stuff at the
watching.
grocery store,
Yeah.
but like I'm also the world's most boring person. So I don't care if someone tracks me. Like if your life is that boring too, then go ahead, let me entertain you. But yeah, I think there's a line with tracking. Tracking their location, I think, is perfectly understandable. I think tracking like what apps they're on or like going through their phone and reading their text messages, I think there's a line that can be crossed there. Like I get you want to teach them lessons and if you want to catch something before it gets too bad, but I do think there's a lot to learn. Like I said, like I ran up a cell phone bill in 1 month and then I was like, oh, okay, now I know how this works.
Yeah.
So let me figure it out. But yeah, I don't think 12 is too young to get them a phone. I really don't.
No, I don't, but
No.
I like the
Especially a
stepping
12-year-old
stone.
in today's age where they're just
Oh yeah, they're all
12,
over
you're
it.
like
Okay.
16. And so
You have to have a phone because everyone else has a phone when you're
It's
12.
true.
yeah.
Because the world isn't built like it was when I was young. Like you pick me up at 4 o'clock for this. Like things are a lot more flexible and fluid because people can call and like change things.
Yep.
And the phone, especially for me when I was 12, like that's when I got hardcore into sports. So
Yeah,
like I would leave
exactly.
for school at 7 a.m. and I would not be home until like 9 p.m. because of like all of the practices that I had. So if I needed like more water or I forgot like my dinner that I was supposed to eat in between cheerleading and volleyball practice, like I would have to call my mom and be like, I'm starving and about to pass out. Can you bring me some food, please? So like that's why I needed my phone. And I think there's still a lot of kids out there who are like that, where they're gone all day long and there's no other way to contact their parents.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't think it's wrong to get your son, I think son, yeah, a cell phone, but I do think you're allowed to like track them a little bit.
Not like
A little bit.
Use it to your benefit a little bit, but be respectful of your
yes.
yeah. Don't forget to send us over your questions so we can answer them here. Bye.